Listen, if you think because you got muscles or six pack abs or you work out 6 days a week in the gym that that's going to keep your woman loyal, keep her submissive, keep her in line, it's going to make her want to give you her soul. If you think that, you are absolutely crazy. Let's talk about this shit. Real quick though, before we get into it, go jump on the Patreon. The link is in the description. Best game on the internet, hands down. But anyway, if you think all of that shit is going to save you, if you think your muscles, your money, your six pack, your car, if you think that's going to save you, you are sadly mistaken. What you guys fail to realize, and I'm not saying not to develop those things, you need those things as well. But the glue, the most important component, what you guys fail to realize, is your game muscles, your player muscles. You have game muscles that you guys neglect. You think it's just about physical. You think it's just about your six pack and she got to be, physically into you and all that shit. You are sadly mistaken. You have to develop your game muscles. This is the most important part of seductions, relationships. This is the glue that holds everything together. Your game, your playerism, your knowledge, implementing this knowledge. You understand? Just like you have physical muscles and biceps and pecs and abs, you have game muscles that must be strengthened and developed. And if you neglect this part, you will suffer. You just gonna be a fucking buff dude with six pack getting ran over. You're gonna be a simp with muscles. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all think getting in the gym make you alpha. Getting in the gym don't make you fucking alpha. Getting money don't make you alpha. It don't give you that edge. No, it's what's inside of you. It's your game muscles. You understand? And you have to develop them. If you don't develop them, you are going to lose every single time. You must develop your games, your skills. You understand? So how do you develop these game muscles? How do you develop your player muscles? This is the thing, right? A lot of you guys, when you hit me up, and share your stories, or when I do consultations with you, or even read your comments, I tell you guys to do little things and things like that. Let's say if, your girl pull away from you and I tell you, you know what, block her on all your social media and don't worry about her, right? A lot of you guys don't want to do stuff like that because that's too hard, right? Or, the girl flaked on you. And so I tell you to just charge the bitch to the game and move on and get you another bitch. A lot of you girls don't want, a lot of you dudes don't want, I say girls because you be acting like girls. A lot of you dudes don't want to do that, but because that's too hard. You guys are in relationships with women who disrespect you, who talk shit to you or whatever. And I tell you, you know what, the next time she elevate her tone, make her go home. I don't give a fuck if she got a ride or not. A lot of you guys are scared to do that and you don't want to do that because that's too hard. Well, I'm here to tell you, this is how you develop your game muscles. You understand? By doing hard things. I also, another thing a lot of guys do, I tell a guy, don't check her social media. They don't have the discipline to do it. Don't go through her phone. They don't have the discipline to do it. When you can't do these hard things, you have no game strength. Your game is weak. To have strong game, you have to do hard things. Just like the first time you tried to lift 200 pounds. It was hard. The more you did it and developed muscles, you develop strength. It's the same thing with your game. The reason I have this disposition, the reason I have this energy is because I did the hard things as a young kid. I did the hard things as a young man. As a young man, regardless of how uncomfortable it was, I would charge a bitch to the game if she even breathed wrong around me. Even if I wanted her later, even if I was scared that she was going to go fuck somebody else, I did those hard things. I sat through that uncomfort and I built discipline. I built character by doing things like that, by charging women to the game who meant me no good, even if they was good to me, even if I wanted them in my life. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be able to do stuff like that. You need to build the strength and the discipline. And this is what shows in your game. These are the type of things that help you build the character and build the strength that give you that edge. You understand? The girl, if she getting flipped, like I say, she getting flipped with you, right? And she's causing you a headache in your house. Of course, it's hard to say, hey, you know what? You need to get your ass up and you need to go home. Yeah, you may be horny. Yeah, you may have missed her. Yeah, you want to spend time with her. But what means more to you? Your self-respect? That's hard, right? So you got to do what you got to do, though. And the more you do things like that, the more you build character. You understand? And the more you build your character and your strength, this is what makes you attractive. This is what makes you truly attractive, because you're confident. You have that edge. You understand? You're strong. Women can feel this strength. When you walk in the room, people can feel the strength on you. People can feel your vibe. When you see guys who've been to war and shit like that, they have something about them, right? They have an edge to them. They don't even have to speak, but they had the strength to overcome those difficulties, right? And they walk with that shit. People who do things like fighters, right? Fighters have this masculine edge to them, this masculine energy, because they do things, hard things, day in and day out. You understand? It's not because, they have, Brazilian jiu-jitsu attached to their name. No, they actually have to get in the mud and fight and do difficult things. And so they have this edge. You understand? They have this level of strength to where you feel it. The same thing goes to your personal relationships. You have to do these type of things. When a girl flake on you, when a chick flake on you, I don't care how fine she is. I don't care what she promised you. You have to have the strength enough to charge her to the game and let her fucking go and move on. The more you do things like this, you develop what's called game muscles. You develop what's called game strength. When they say his game is strong, this is what they mean. When they say his game is weak, that's what they mean. You let women walk all over you. You take shit from women. You understand? You let women get their way and shit like that. You cannot do this. It don't matter how much muscles you have. It don't matter how much money you have, because if you weak, a woman is going to come in and take it. She may be intimidated in the beginning, right? She may be intimidated by your muscles and shit the first few weeks or the first month or whatever. But once she see that you really weak, she going to take you for everything you have, your soul included. So you have to be solid, and you have to build this strength. You have to build this discipline, or you going to get ran over. You understand what I'm saying? Start small. You're not gonna be able to do, the most playeristic shit right away, but start small. Start with little things like, okay, I'm not gonna respond to negative comments on the internet. I'm not gonna, if a chick say something to me that I don't like on a dating app, I'm just gonna unmatch her, regardless if I don't give a fuck how many matches I got. Right? I don't care how many matches I got all week, and I get one match, right? And if she ain't talking right, unmatch her, right? Things like that take strength. You do that over time, and the more you do it, the harder things, you start getting more tests. Things start getting a little bit, so you go from, things start getting a little bit more difficult. So you go from, okay, I'm not going to, I'm going to unmatch her if she talking crazy, to, okay, she showed up late on a date, or she talking about rescheduling. Now what do I do? Now this takes a little bit more strength than unmatching a chick that you match with on a dating app. You understand? So now you got to check a woman who coming late on a date, or now you got to, you know what I'm saying? The more you do it, the more things come at you, and it gets harder and harder. But the more you do these hard things, the more you develop this character. You know what I'm saying? The more you develop this strength that actually radiates outward to people find attractive. Not only women, but people as well. This is what you guys are missing, and this is what you guys have to develop. If you don't develop these game muscles, if you don't develop your player muscles, you are going to suffer. You understand what I'm saying? And you're going to be put to the test. You're going to always be put to the test. So you might as well be strong, right? Because life going to happen. Relationships going to happen. And what I mean is the pitfalls are going to happen, right? Just like they say, save your money because life happens. You can be rolling down the street and your tire break. And if you ain't got your tire busting, if you ain't got the money, you assed out. The same thing goes with relationships. Relationships ain't always on the up and up. Relationships have low points too. Bitches come with problems too. And if you don't have the strength, if you've never developed the strength, you're going to flop every single time. And that's going to fuck with your confidence. That's going to fuck with your self-esteem. And you're going to be out here lost. So develop the strength, the game muscles that you need to be attracted to women. I'm telling you guys, this is what gives you that edge. When you see a guy, right, and he walk into a room and he can command the room, it's not because he put on cologne. It's not because he got a nice suit on. It's because that man been through the mud. That man did the hard things, and him overcoming these hard things gave him strength. This strength gave him confidence, and so he walks with that shit. It's something that you can't fake, but this comes from doing difficult things. In regards to relationships, you have to do the difficult things so your game can be strong, so you can develop your game muscles. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to go too long with this, fellas. You know, if you have more questions about this, you can DM me, or, you know, fuck it, jump on the Patreon. You understand? Jump on the Patreon or DM me or something. You need to jump on the Patreon anyway. I'm gonna tell you that. Jump on the Patreon. The link is in the description. But anyway, I don't want to go on no much longer of a rant than I'm already going on. But this is a real rant. This is some real shit. So pay attention to this. But anyway, this is your gracious game advisor. Fellas, I'd like you to, you know, like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player shit fresh off the press. And also go check out both of my courses, Attraction 101 and How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You. Again, jump on the Patreon. Link is in the description. And if you need coaching, you know, so you can develop your game muscles, and I can teach you how to develop your game muscles the right way so you can be a solid, strong individual, then hit me up on my, go to my website, King Dreism, www.kingdreism. I'm going to leave this on the screen, King Dreism, and book me for a consultation. I promise you, if you implement what I tell you to do, you're going to be solid, and your game going to be better than most people walking around. You understand? And you're going to have the edge. But anyway, fellas, that ends that. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is none other than your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. I'm gone.